Hi guys, welcome back to Scrapping Scotland. This is part 2 of a 5-part teardown of a Kenwood stereo stacking system. Part 1, we took apart the main piece, which was the radio, and what was the other part? It was radio and something else. Let me check, because I've got the front panel. It was the radio and the amplifier. Okay, so that was the first part of our teardown. As you can see, the front panel, that's all was left. Okay, out of that we got a couple of nice beautiful transformers, got a couple of nice bits of aluminium as well, a couple of really big aluminium heat sinks, and lots of PCB boards with various goodies on them. So part 2, we're doing the CD compact disc drive. Done lots of these before, but as it is part of the stereo system, we're going to do this one as well, and we're going to video it. And obviously if you've seen other ones and we're doing these before, then apologies if you didn't want to see this one, but as I say, it's part of the system, so I want to see if there's anything else in here other than what's in the standard ones. Okay, so let's crack on. So we're going to get some screws out. Angle it down a bit so you can actually see what I'm doing and tell. We'll see how empty this one is. Okay, so let's get the top panel off. So let's hoping it will come off nice and easy. I'll have to slip it with the back of the way. There we go. Flatten that down. There's a nice little sheet of steel. And inside, pretty much the same as any other disc drive. But we're going to fire through it. I do find it funny sometimes when you take these apart, the amount of them that actually still have a disc in them. It's always quite interesting to see what people have been watching. What has this person been watching? What do you think, guys? It's music, not be watching anything because it's obviously for music, so what they've been listening to is what I should say. Well, they've been listening to the best Christmas album in the world ever. Sorry, in the world ever. Okay, so it's a big claim. Okay, best Christmas album in the world ever. Dear me, if that's the last thing you listen to on it, must have been a crappy Christmas when it stopped working. Bit of a shame. Okay, disc drive, standard. Okay, a couple of little motors in there, a couple of DC motors, one here, one here. Okay, we've got a bigger one here. Okay, so 3 motors in one drive. It's pretty cool. Put that to one side because we're not going to do that at the moment. We do a bunch of them clean at the same time. We'll get out the the main PCB board. Okay, there's our board. Got a little aluminium heatsink here. Again, attached to transistors as they usually are. Huge IC chip there. It's a little piece of aluminium there as well. Okay, stick that to one side. Now to get this thing out, I may have to break this, which I'm not adverse to doing. Okay, little steel plate. And then we've literally just got our front panel board left. Okay, so let's get that out. Okay. One screw left actually. As always one screw. Always miss one. You guys don't know that by now. There's always one I forget about. Okay, clean up the screws, stick them in our little screw box, and then hang this up a little bit more. Really just clips here, plastic clips. Keeping it in now. Take that off. Take the board out. And really just lots of tactile switches on this board, which is fine. I do save them up. They do have a little bit of silver in them. Nothing on the ribbon. Yeah, so I'll put that with the board. And it's just plastic waste. Bottom board. We'll give it the old magnet test. Yeah. So that's definitely steel. Unfortunately. Okay, but that was nice and quick. Got that one toned down, which means we can move on to our next one. If I can actually fix the camera. Wants to have that angle, so we'll leave it there. Okay, so next piece we will tear down is the tuner. Okay, tuner is next up. Boom. So this was going to be a 5-part, but looks like it's now going to be a 4-part, which is fine. We'll see how quick we can tear this one apart, and you know what, it might even turn into a 3-part. This feels like a big empty box as well, so we'll see what's in here. Oh, definitely guys, we're definitely going to be able to turn this into 3-in-1. Okay, just flattening down that top panel again. Stick with our steel shred. Nice and flat. Stick that there. And inside, literally almost nothing in there. Okay, again a big empty box. Look at all that space. Yeah, nothing in there. What a waste of space. My wife would tell you I'm probably a waste of space, but not all the time, just sometimes. Okay, let's get these screws out and get this board out. Okay, where's all the screws? There'll be another one. Right, there it is. In the middle. There's always another one. There's always another one. Okay, while I'm here, I'm just going to try and unscrew this No, I'm not. Not with that screwdriver, I'm not, because the screws are too small. Oh, there we go. There was the hidden one. We knew there had to be a hidden one. Alrighty. There's our board. Again, not a lot of high value items there. And a couple of IC chips. Crystal oscillator. Lots of aluminium capacitors that are completely worthless. Okay, so nothing on the back. Crappy board. Is what it is. We've still got the best Christmas album of all time in the world. So, you know, beggars cannot be choosers. Okay, we'll break this off the front panel. The back panel, I should say, not the front panel. This is the back panel. The caboose. The rear end. The ass. Okay, no comments about who the ass really is. Thank you. Okay, that'll piece of metal shred. Alright, now we'll undo the clips at the side here. Take off the front panel. Okay, we'll deal with that front panel in a minute. So here's our metal base. Some plastic on it. So we'll get that off. There's a metal base. Surprised how empty that was, guys, but it was like literally as empty as my skull. Which can be quite empty. You can hear it rattling sometimes as you shake it around. It's because there's no brain! There's no brain in there! Okay, so let's try and find a bit that will fit these smaller screws on this panel. And again, as with the other ones, in terms of the front panels, I think probably what we're going to get here is just more tactile switches. Okay, take that piece out, and as previously disclosed, tactile switches. Okay, lots and lots of tactile switches. Again, ribbon, no gold plating. Isn't that great? Okay, still one little board here, and that's attached to the dial. Let's get the dial off, undo the nut, and then we can pull that out. Got little clips keeping it in the back. There we go. Okay, and there's a little switch on the back. That's aluminium. Okay, I'll take the wire off it. Done. Okay. And that, folks, is our tuner. Not our tuner. Was it tuner? Was it tuner? It was. It was a tuner. Yes, indeed. Okay, so that's that one done. Leaves us with two more items. We'll do one of them and we'll do a separate video for the other one. So this one is our turntable. Let's get that apart. I'm still using a smaller drill bit and that's not. Don't like it. So we'll change that over. I always have to tell myself not to persist with drill bits that are not the right drill bit, because you end up just ruining the bit, to be honest with you. So if you take one piece of advice away today, take that. Okay. That's released our turntable. Our turntable is a lovely sheet of aluminium. Okay, let's give it the old magnet test. Aluminium, okay. Nice big sheet there, nice big disc. An aluminium frisbee. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Sticking out on the aluminium panel. Okay. Get the lid off. Okay, lid's off. Rubber frisbee. Move that to one side. And then we've just got our little pieces here. There should be a motor in here somewhere. Looks like a nice bit of brass on this bit as well. Let's get these off. See what else we can reveal. Okay, so screws from the front done. Does that come off? Yes, it does. Okay, we got to one side. A little drive belt. And we're good to me. Okay, just taking off the little metal levers that move the head in and out like that. Okay, can't seem to do anything else from there. I'm going to have to come in from this angle. See if we can take this front panel off first. Alright, we'll get to this bit then. Bit of force. The force is with me. Luke. Okay, cardboard base. Put that to one side. Can't do much with that. There's the insides. So we do have our little DC motor here. And that looks pretty much about it. There's a little board here. It does look like there might be a little tiny transformer on that board as well. So as always, you see a screw, unscrew it. Okay, looks like a little bit of brass, is it? Let's test it. It is. Okay, a little bit of brass, put that to one side. So I'll retest the screws actually as well. Screws aren't brass, unfortunately. They look brass, but they're not. Any other screws? There's one for the front switch, the power switch. One with a power cable. This is our power cable. I really do miss a screw every single time. It's crazy. Okay, and there is a little transformer on that board, as you can see. Okay, so I'm going to remove the power cable from the board. I'm going to snip our wires. red one. Separate that transformer from this board because there's no value on the board other than transformer. Okay, there's our transformer. Stick that with the other two that came off the stacking system. Pull out the switch. Don't think that will be brassite. Oh, it could be. No, it's not. It sticks to the magnet, so that's not brass. Okay, so we just remove the wires, stick them in our insulated wire bin. Power lead is stripping wire, so put that to one side. We'll take the wires off the DC motor, put the motor to one side. Okay, disconnecting the other wires that we have here. There we go, little handful of wires. Got a little switch here, tiny little switch. Does have brass inside it, and it'll have a little silver contact as well. Put that to one side. Just try and break this main piece off. It's got a wire there as well. Little piece of brass there. Let's just test that, make sure there's no other metal inside it. Nope. That's brass, so put that again with a little bit of brass we pulled out earlier on. I've got a couple of little clips, little metal clip there, keeping in the brass that was on the other side that we saw. Okay, so I'm just trying to pull everything through now. It's another wire here with the jacks on the end. Usually this is copper as well, copper wire. As you can see in there, that's copper. Yeah. So we will use that as stripping wire also. It's not going to be as easy to strip, but it's copper, so we will strip it. Okay, what I would say with these guys, see if you're just selling it as insulated wire, obviously they don't like plugs and things on the end of it. Don't put plugs on the end of your wires, but do snip it as high up as you can, okay, because that is entirely acceptable. Okay, we'll take off the little clip. Okay, and there's more stripping wire. Just a little spring. Okay, so now what I want to do is get off that little piece of brass that we came across earlier. And the last little metal lever out. We have as well got a little nut in the middle here. Get that out. Okay, it's got it's a little brass plug. Doesn't look brass, but it is. It's tin coated brass. Put that to one side. Okay, we'll turn the turntable back over. Oh, it's got one spring there. Let's get that off. All the metal from the plastic. Okay, and that is now just plastic. Okay, so we'll stick that to one side. What we're left with is our little head, a little reader, okay, with a little needle on it. There's a nice heavy bit of metal in the end there. Not sure if that's lead or if it's just a heavy bit of steel. Not too sure. Got some little tiny ball bearings in there as well. We've got a nice little brass stem here as well. Okay, so let's get it all out. See if we can just break that off. No, I don't think so. So a little bit of manoeuvring with some of this stuff. That was such a satisfying sound, wasn't it? Again. Oh, golden. Okay, so that's that piece off. It's not magnetic as well, so I think that's brass. We've got the little plastic piece on the end of this. And we need to try and find a way of knocking this off. So we'll stick it in the vise. Let's swing it around to the vise. Okay, and we need to find a way of knocking this through. I think my hole punch is going to be too big. It is much too big. So first of all, we'll try and take the plastic piece off. And in fact, what we'll do first of all is we'll try and take this end piece off. It looks like a bullet, doesn't it? Yeah. Hopefully I don't smack that end and it's going to blow up. I think not, folks. I think not. Not sure how brittle the plastic is, so we've got a wee tap here. That was the right thing I was looking for. Looks even more like a bullet now. So I just want to take this end bit off now. Let me just actually... So actually none of that is magnetic. That may be stainless steel on the end of it, so I'm going to try and separate it. Just in case. Just in case. I don't have a file handy to give it a little rasp with the file, so that's too big to go in there to knock that through. See if we have something else we can use. Possibly. Is it too long? Too long to get into it. Got this one. There we go. Boom. Okay. Try and knock it through. Something came off, came flying. That was interesting. Let's have a look. Where is it? Okay, so there's the end piece that came off. That is most certainly brass, just by the weight of it I can tell that's brass. So that's fine. Put that with a brass pearl as well. And then we'll try and get this little bit of plastic out. Oh, there we go, nice and easy. And there's our nice clean piece of brass there as well. Yeah, lovely little bit. Lovely little piece. Lovely little piece. Okay, so now we're going to take this weight out of the head arm. He says confidently. Yes, and there it goes. Okay. So I think that is a piece of lead because it's not magnetic. And it's very heavy. So I don't think it's certainly not brass. So we'll keep that aside. I think that's lead. I'm going to check this piece to see if it is stainless or if it's brass, but I'll put it with the brass at the moment. And then we've got this brass stem as well. So we'll see if we can get that off. We have to break it off of this piece first of all. He says easier said than done. So it's just in this bit, so now I just need to knock it through really. So if I put it in here, put it in my vise, stick my hole punch on the end of it, hopefully see where it falls. Maybe kept it before it falls. Yes it has. There we go. Nice little bit of brass. Again, just give it the old test. Yep, all magnetic. So a lovely little bit of brass there again. And there we go. A plastic bit off our hole punch. Cool. Alrighty, so what's left? We've got a couple of little screws from the head unit. A little metal bar that's going across the back end here. I'll take that out. I'm not sure I've got a screw bit small enough for this, but we'll give it a shot, guys, because I don't like to leave any metal, no matter how small, attached to the plastic. Okay, that's good enough for that one. That one says no. Okay, so I'll just break that bit off. And we'll get the screw bit out there. So there you go, still got the little screw. Just have to break it out of the plastic. Okay. There's the wires. Now I'm looking inside this and it looks like there is a little bit of brass inside here as well. Maybe brass all the way up this piece. Let's have a look. In fact, I think this whole arm may actually be brass. Okay, one way to find that out, guys. Stick it in the vise. In the vise, huh? Cover your ears. And as you can see, it's brass. Okay, so just painted brass. So I will clean that up. But yeah, that's it. A little bit of brass. So, what did we get? So there we took apart the turntable, we took apart the tuner, and we took apart the CD disc player. Out of it we got a little transformer, not a big one, just a tiny little one. We got a fair few little bits of brass. Again, not a lot, but a few little nubs. And we got a couple of DC motors, little lead weight. Not too much really. Obviously all the value in that stacking system was in the main kind of radio unit and the amplifier. So that was part 2, guys. The one part to go, and part 3 I'm going to take apart the cassette deck, and that will be the last part. So it was good to get all 3 parts in this one rather than doing 5 separate videos. So I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, again, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you've not already subscribed. And I know you guys that like to subscribe on these videos, watch some of these quality teardowns. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate you coming along, watching the video and watching the journey. And like I say, if you do enjoy the videos, then please hit that subscribe button. And I will see you on part 3 of the Kenwood teardown of the stereo stacking system. See you next time.